everybody, and welcome to Arizona Barrio Stories and Latino USA TV. My name's Carmela Ramirez, and I'm the host of Mas con Carmela. It's a show that centers in on bringing the Latino artists in Phoenix forefront, so you get to know who they are and what they have done over the decades and years to bring you music, visual arts, and entertainment. I want you to know just a little bit more about them. This show in particular is going to cover Latina Divinas. It's a show that's coming to the Mesa Art Center, and we did it last year at the MIM Theater, but this year it'll be at Mesa. It's a little bit bigger theater, but it celebrates the music of women from around the world, recording artists from around the world, like Selena, Celia Cruz, Shakira, Rocio, Durcal, people like that. It's an exciting project, and we invite all the Latina singers from Phoenix to join us on these journeys. This is our second volume, so we're excited to bring it to you. Today we have one of the singers with us. She's brand new to the show, and we're excited to work with her. This is Debbie Dominguez, everybody.
Thank you for having me.
And I guess the first question, are you related to Diana Lee Dominguez?
Are we related, Diana? We might.
We'll
find out. We'll find out.
Well, thank you so much for being here on the show today. It's exciting to have you.
Thank you.
And thank you for accepting our invitation.
Thank you for
So we want to know, of course, a little bit more about you, where you're from, how you started into music, what you do with your life, and what how you feel about being with all us crazy Latinas for this show.
Well, I was born and raised here in Phoenix, two barrios, by the old Garcias, 37th Avenue in Encano.
I grew up around there.
Carl Hayden.
Yeah.
And then also 64th Avenue and McDowell, so Trevor Brown. And I got to know everybody around the community because I was from both areas. So music's always been in my family, drummers.
Really?
So my tata, he was a drummer. My mom, she was a drummer. And my tío, he's a drummer.
Really? Your mom was a drummer? That's
she's
cool.
About your age, yeah.
About my age?
I've heard lots of stories of the satin doll growing up.
Did you?
That was the hangout. That was the hangout. She used to have her drums like in the living room, in the bedroom, and then my tata, he died when I was real young. I vaguely remember him, but he always had his drums, his trumpet, and his piano.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and then my tío, he's my age, but he's a drummer. Music was always around our family, but I didn't actually do anything in the clubs until like my early 20s.
Is that right?
Yeah,
okay.
So I wasn't a singer. I love percussion.
Well,
I love percussion.
Huh?
I actually got my first percussion toys from Diana Lee's mom.
Of course, Ruby Dominguez.
Yeah. My first set of toys. But yeah, I got everything. And she's like, Mija, this will be good on stage. Oh, no, you get this one. This will be better. But music was always in my family. But how I started music was what happened to me. So when I was 18, I was getting ready for work, and I just remember waking up, and there was like an ambulance, the firefighters trying to revive me. I had a brain tumor.
Ay, Dios mío.
And that's what happened to my tata. He had a brain tumor también, but his was cancerous, so he passed when I was young. So when they removed it, I couldn't speak well, I couldn't, remember well. And the first thing the neurologist said to my tia, he said, what does Deborah love? What does she love to do? And she loves to sing. He said, well, why don't you have her sing her favorite artist, which was Patsy Cline and Sade. That'll help her. I had to learn how to walk again.
Wow.
And it was hard, but I got through it. But after, singing, Patsy Cline and Sade, trying to remember, then I started love singing.
Okay.
I love to sing, from the heart. What I love to sing is what I grew up with, and that's how it all started.
For you.
And my mom, she introduced me to a lot of my mentors. Gumby was the first one.
Gumby, Ray Salazar. Yeah.
Yes. So he introduced me to my first mentor, Manny Hernandez.
Oh my goodness.
They used to be Aslan.
Yeah.
But when he introduced me, he's like, Mija, I know you play percussion, but I have Ray Jr. in the band, at Los Olivos. He goes, you guys could just play percussion. I go, I don't want to sing. I'm not a singer, I'm a percussionist. He goes, well, we'll try it out. So Manny's like, Mija, why don't you try to sing? Nope, I'm not going to try to sing. He goes, well, how about Spanish? I don't know Spanish. He goes, we're going to teach you. So I sang Sabor a Mi, and they taught me. They said, look, we're going to print this out for you. This is how you read Spanish. This is what you're saying. And it was Manny Hernandez, Gambi, Art Bojorquez, and they were Mestizo.
Sí.
Mestizo band.
I remember.
Yeah, so that was my early 20s. And then after that, they introduced me to some more people. Tony Flores, Noni Cruz. So his sons, we went to school together, high school.
Wow.
So we actually started a little band here and there. And I go, I'm not a singer, I'm a percussionist.
Oh, yeah.
I know. And then he goes, well, we're going to teach you, what to sing. And okay, but, the experience I had with Noni was awesome because he was into that awesome background with the music that he played. Wow. The more obscure songs. So I learned a lot of cool female songs, to learn. And he taught me a lot. And then the next journey I had after that, I wanted to do more. And he said, well, you can do this, you can do that. And I go, well, I want to learn an instrument too. And Gumby's like, well, why don't you take up guitar, And I go, okay. So I went to college, got some vocal lessons. I never had a vocal lesson in my life. I want to be a percussionist.
Still. Huh?
Yeah. And then I took up guitar, started writing music. And then I started going to Nifty 50s. And I said, Tejano. I go, I like this.
Tejano. Okay.
So my next music mentor, Joe Cano from Devotion Band.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I had to try out for this band. And I learned a lot. So I said, okay, I sing. I'm also a percussionist, but I have no clue how to speak Spanish. But I love Tejano. He goes, no problem, mija. They, took me under their wing and they taught me a lot.
Wow.
That was my first time recording
So a
in
lot
the
of your
studio.
mentorship was with a lot of our musicians
was,
in the Valley.
Yeah. Growing up,
Yeah.
Ray Demas, a lot, all of them.
So you've been
they were
around,
always
girl.
around me since I was young. Yeah. Yeah, and then Joe Cano, I started with 09, and he had his band, he said, since he was 10 or 11.
I think we all have.
Yeah, I know.
Once you get it, you don't let go. So who was the very first band that you performed with, though?
Devotion. Oh,
Devotion?
I'm sorry. Mestizo band.
Mestizo?
Yeah, but that was, a short period because I was a percussionist. I wasn't a singer.
When you say percussion, what instruments were you playing?
It was everything like my chimes, my cowbells, my maracas, everything, the guido, everything you name it. I had my rack.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah, and then you see, after Mestizo, the second one was Devotion, of course. And then after that, I told, Joe Cano, I said, well, are we going to keep going? He retired. And
that happens with us.
Yeah, I know. He's like, I'm tired, mija. I go, you can't be.
Oh.
You're, it brings tears to my eyes because they taught me so much.
Sure.
Yeah. And they're my family, just like Diana said.
All the musicians in Phoenix are family,
Yeah.
So what are you doing now?
Oh, and so right after that, I joined Soul Persuasion.
That's the group you're with now.
So we've been together. Well, they've been together for a long time. So I think 2015. Let me see. What year? 24. I've been with them going on 12 years. I think they've been together almost 20 though.
Okay.
Yeah. The Jimmy Contreras, the Contreras family.
Right.
Let me see. I started with them August 2013. Yeah,
Okay.
so I said I'm a lead vocalist now, and I play percussion too.
Do you?
Yeah,
Okay.
and I love it because we play everything. We play in the casinos, so we
Yeah,
got to
you
play
do.
a mixture.
You're all over the place.
Yeah,
I
we
see.
got to play everything.
Look at
Everything you
you.
name it, we got to play it. And I got to put that Tejano in there.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So I know we've assigned you some of the artists who are you covering in the show? real quick?
Linda Ronstadt.
Linda Ronstadt.
I went Selena,
Selena.
and I remember the third one.
Okay. Well, we're excited to have you on the show.
Thank you. I'm excited.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
It's going to be great. You're going to love the experience. The women are really into each other, and we surround you with our support as well. And it's going to be a beautiful show.
I can't wait.
When is your next show?
Tonight.
Tonight?
Yeah, at the Lighthouse in Goodyear. Yeah,
Okay.
9 to 1.
All right.
Yeah, we've been playing a lot. So, but yeah.
Well, don't wear yourself out.
I know.
All right.
You know, when we don't have any gigs, and you guys will understand this, you just
You get nervous?
relax.
Yeah.
No, you just
Well,
relax.
Try to relax.
Yeah, you try to.
Till the next one.
Right. I know, busy all the time.
Well, it's been great hearing your history.
Yeah.
We're looking forward to working with you. And
Thank you.
take care of yourself, and you have a beautiful story as far as literally being nurtured by all the musicians in Phoenix, especially the Latinos. You know, we've all been
All
here for so
around.
long, but that's what we are as familia.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. They turned out a great product.
Oh, thank
you for
you.
being with us.
Thank you for having
And
me.
thank you for being with us, everybody. This is Arizona Barrio Stories, Latino USA TV. And until we see you the next time, take care, support the arts, and as Celia Cruz would say, azúcar.